So everybody, when you receive the Mini-Veg, this is how it comes. It comes with a box. This part is detached. You have that little arm right here, and you have the picker. So put the picker aside, put the arm aside, put the box here, and let's go for step 2. Step 2, you're going to untie the tie wraps right here. You're going to cut them off. For the hydraulic wires, good ones right here. Step 4, you're going to take off the motor and you're going to go drop it on the floor right here. For step 5, you're going to remove this part right here. So you should have the tie wrap right here and remove easily like this. So once this is removed, you can go right here. And you have to remove that plate right here. And you put it aside. And wait for the next step. So step 6, he's going to remove the tie wraps here. He's going to remove the pin, but it's very important that the same number of washers are on the same side. It's very important that you don't mix this up. So next step, you're going to take 15, 16 sockets with a key, a wrench, and we're going to remove it. So here's what you're going to do.
This ain't ball.
For the next step, you should be at least 2 people. We suggest 3, and you hold it up right here. And you come and fix it up. So use any leverage that you can right here. So you can put it right here. So when it's up here, remember your washers. It's very important that you put the washers, the same amount of washers, at the right place. On this side for this machine. Every machine is different. And on the other side, there should be only 2. Est-ce que je bouge encore?
Tasse un peu. OK. Un peu.
So you should align it. Have a little bit of leverage. Next step, you're gonna put this back in. Don't forget the lock washer and the washer. Next step, you're going to take this cylinder right here. You're going to remove all the tie wraps. Once all the tie wraps are done, you come and fix it right here.
That's it.
So if this happens to you when you try to remove it and it doesn't fit, you got to lift up your machine right here. So you turn this and you got to lift it up until you can see the hole and put it. So this is risen, and this can come here. You need to remove this rubber part. Remove all of those. Ready for next step. You will need 2 wrenches to remove those bolts. You can see right here. You need to remove this part right here. And you'll need a tractor to help you, because what we have is different. We're using this machine to lift it up, but you will need a tractor and help with people to lift it up. So let's say that this is your forklift and you got to put a sling or a chain in that hole. And what you're going to do, you're going to lift it up and come and apply it to the machine. So once it's risen, you got to remove those bolts. And you got to play with the height. So the machine now is completely loose and free, and you come and bring the bolts here to prep it for when you come and put them right here. So the next step is going to bring the picker all the way here. Removing this bolt, you'll be able to fix this to the machine. So we prep this part to be able to fix this to the arm, to the plow arm, and this is part that you prep to have this part fix right here. So the next part is very important, that you don't put this before this part right here. This part should go behind the machine, just like that. And the other parts right here are supposed to line up with these holes right here. So with your lift, should be able to do it. Make sure you're straight. It's gonna be a tough challenge. So this is the way it should rest, and this is the way it should rest right here. And that's the part where you take the other bolts and you come and apply them right here. And it's very important that it's this way that you put your bolt. So you should play. There you go. Screw it. Once it has a few fillets in, you can tighten it up with your machine. Same thing for the other side. Play with it a little bit. Once this is in, you screw it up. Before tightening the other bolts, you need to fix this one right here. So for this one, you lift it up a little bit, and it's very important that this is on this side.
Okay.
So you're gonna use a 3/8 and a 9/16. So what you're gonna do, you're gonna hold it. You're gonna unscrew this part. You're gonna release the pressure. That's to be able to clear this up.
And
So here you go. You have this that's a little bit looser, and you can pull on it. When you loosen that bolt, so you can fix it right here first, and put it here. Here's what he's doing. He's trying to line it up, and you can unscrew that part and make it longer or shorter. So once this is done, you need to push both parts together. So what he's doing is he's lining up that part right here. There you go. So once this is in, you re-screw that little screw right here. Make sure it's fixed properly. And for that part, re-screw. So once this is done, you can remove this because it's screwed there and it's screwed here. So everything's fixed up, but don't tighten everything up yet. Gotta wait a little bit. For the next part of the video, which is hooking up the hydraulic lines, you will need a 3/4 wrench, a 1-inch wrench, a 1-inch and 1/4 wrench, and the other wrench. You will need to take these hydraulic hoses, the lines, and bring them near right here. The long one, which is hooked up with the 3 others, needs to go all the way around here. To hook up after this. As you can see, there's an orange colored tie wrap that needs to go with the orange colored tie wrap right here. You need to loosen the fittings first. And you loosen that one. And you gotta be careful, they're full of oil. So you need to work with these. Do this one. So what you want to do is, you don't want the oil to spill all over. And add the hose this way, and you bend it a little bit, like so. Next step, when you're on top, you do this one right here. unscrew the one that has the white tie wrap. So the same.
That's all these. No. Có bạn chỉ phải any areas.
Remove that part. So the color of that one should be white and not orange. So this is wrong. This should be white. So you need to remove the fitting.
Remove.
So that one, it should be white. It shouldn't be orange. It should go into the white one. For the other one, this should be yellow, but it's white. This should be yellow because this is yellow. So it's the second biggest one. So the smallest one goes on that one. The second biggest one goes on this one. And the biggest one goes on that one right here. So unscrew it. So make sure you remove all the Teflon before you hook it up. At the end, when you tighten it, it should be like this. This should be like this, and this one should be done. All of those from these three. Once this is done, you need to put them in here. So next up, we're going to remove this hydraulic that was right here. And we're going to keep those tightened, but the overflow is going to come here, and we're going to attach it to the other one. So for this part, you're going to need a 7/8 and a regular wrench. We're going to unscrew that one. And then we're going to hook it up. So you need to hold these up. While somebody holds these up, the other one should be untightened, and this is going to give the hydraulic oil to the part in the front. So you need to put female with male and male with female. Simple as that. The other one's right here. This should be attached with tie wraps. Here and here, up there. Should be attached. These hydraulic hoses are for your tractor. They're going to be hooked up to your tractor so you can move this arm up and down and the whole thing up and down. So for this part, you will need the little pins and 2 washers to come and hook it up right here. Hook this up. Come on. Use a mallet. So this is what it looks like when it's on there. This will simulate your tractor PTO right here. So let's say that this is your PTO. This is the gearbox. You need that part to turn that way. It's very important that it's the right way. So there's an arrow in here that tells you it has to turn right. So let's say that this is your PTO. This is the arrow. It needs to turn to the right. These two red parts should be to attach to your tractor, just like so. So this is your PTO. This is hooked up to your tractor. That's the way you should hook it up. With the brackets, the red ones. Whoop. These are your brackets, and this is how you should set them up. This way. And this way. The hitch should be right here between these two holes right here. That's where you hook up your hitch. So this tool right here simulates your battery in your tractor. It's very important that this is hooked up, the red with the red and the black with the black. So this is your tractor battery, and this is the wire that we provide you with, and you need to hook it up directly on the battery, nothing else. This part, you need to unhook all of this, and this is what connects your control box. The control box should be inside your tractor. This part, you need to hook it up. Yeah, this goes on your tractor, and you hook up this part right here. As you can see, here you go. Make sure everything is off on that control box right here. Off, push, this in the middle, the other knob, you turn it all the way to the left, that one. Yeah. Make sure that this turns, when you look at it from this side, clockwise. It should turn clockwise when you look at it from this side. Before you start it, make sure that there's nothing in here that's interfering with the knives and the picker belts and the conveyor belt. So this simulates your battery. And when you unhook that one, everything should turn. So you have your rollers that are turning. The picker belts won't turn, and the conveyor belt is turning right here. If it's not turning, it's because here are the controls for everything. So that one on the left, all the way to the left, and this one accelerates the conveyor belt. Faster or slower. So to the right it's faster, and to the left it's slower. This one on the left will control for your rocks. So that thing is hooked up to this. So this is to vibrate it to make sure that the rocks do not stay on your conveyor belt. If you want to control the speed of your picker belts, you need to put this forward and turn it up. As you can see, if you turn this up, the picker belts are moving forward. You can stop them. You can go slower. You can stop it. It stops it. And then you can reverse it. If you reverse it, it's going to come back here. For the knives to work, you need to put this forward at a certain speed. And the way you come and adjust the knives, it's up here. You see that valve over there? That needle valve? Turn it to the left or to the right. The timing of your knives is how everything comes up cleanly here. It doesn't touch anything. So as you can see, there's a little angle from the front to the back, from there to here. And if you look under, the timing should be like this. To adjust your knives, you always have to start in the front here with that tool. So this tool makes sure that it's adjusted properly over there. And if you're doing carrots, it should be between 1/2 an inch and a 3/8. To adjust how open or closed they are, you need to go inside here, that bolt, and tighten or loosen.
Là, ça va fermer. Si tu serres, ça va l'ouvrir.
So if you tighten, it's going to open them. And if you loosen, it's going to close them. So we want to tighten them. So it's about 1/2 an inch to 3/8. So the one side is done. The other side is this one.
Reste la tête, ça.
Okay, hold it. So you hold it here with your hand and you push up. So when you tighten it, you should go all the way back here. So it depends on how big you want that opening to be. For this is for carrots. Okay, so if the springs are too tight or too loose, depending on what goes through your knives, it's gonna make them more adjustable if it opens.
Pour la carotte, c'est un 8.
So what we want is we want
Un 8 à un 5.
1/8 to 1/16 between each spring, right here. If a rock passes through your knives, it's important that you have a little bit of looseness here so it compresses the spring and it doesn't break your knives. Same thing here. Just tighten it up all the way to 1/16 and let a little bit of loose just to make sure that if a rock passes through over here and all the way to your knives, that your knives can open and reclose. So there's a little gap. So the way they are, so we opened up a little bit the front. As you can see, there's a little angle that we couldn't see earlier. It's open up in front, so it's gonna cut the carrot about here. Here's another shot from under. As you can see, it's a little open at the front, and at the end, it's completely closed here. So that's what we want when we cut carrots. So the carrots can come through and be cut about 1/4 to 1/3 of the way here. So they can fall off here into your conveyor belt and go up. To adjust the back side, to make it wider or narrower, you need to adjust these springs on top. So these springs, you need to tighten them up. And the same thing as in the front, you need to leave between 1/8 and 1/16 of an inch between each spring. So that makes sure that if you tighten it, it opens up here, it makes it wider, but here it makes it narrower. So it closes here. And there's another adjustment after that. So, one adjustment that you need is your rollers in the front. This should be right in the middle. So if you look at from here, it should be right in the middle. So if it's not, you need to adjust it. And after that, your carrots, you need to measure from here all the way to here, because this is going to pick up your carrots, and this is what's going to hold the head so it gets in the picker belt. So you need to adjust that depending on how long your carrots are. Here's the adjustment how. Turning this screw will make the distance between the height of the picker belt and the bottom of the plow higher or lower. So if you pick up carrots and the bottom end is cut, that means you don't have enough distance here. This plow cuts your carrots because your carrot is too long. So you need to make this wider. So you need to adjust it that way. This can go down and this stays like this. So this will go down and your carrots will be able to be picked up from right under your carrot end. Your point should be in the earth all the way up here. This simulates your earth. So you have your earth here, you have your carrot inside, and this will turn and take the leaves to the left and right, and it will guide it through here. And when you pick up your carrot should be picking up 3 inches from the bottom here of your picker belt. So you should have 2 to 3 inches of the leaf, the stem up here. And the carrot should start down here. And after that, you should have 1 inch under the plow. So the carrot is going to be 1 inch higher here and 3 inches here. To adjust the yaw, left or right, it's going to be this and this bolt. So you loosen them and then you place it the way you want and then you tighten them. To make your rollers up or down a little bit more, you need this adjustment right here that's going to lift it up or make it go down. If your picker belts are loose, you need to loosen these 2 bolts, and then you need to unlock this and make it go tighter by going that way, or looser going the other way like this. And then you tighten them up here, and this should be tight to make your picker belt tighter. For other adjustment purposes, this right here will make the conveyor belt tighter or not tighter, looser. Here are your sprockets. There's no adjustment here. So the adjustment is all in front. And there's another one right in there.